Okay, we just finished 73. We're going to go into 74 now. 74, again, it kind of looks bizarre. I mean, it's a complex fraction. And yeah, it really does look bizarre. But it does come from calculus, by the way. And the bottom's not so bad, but it is a complex fraction, by the way. Now, one of the big issues for me is just simply copying it. Now, the first thing I notice is a complex fraction. I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by the minor LCD. Well, there's only one minor fraction. It's right over here. And the minor LCD is clear as day. It's 2 root x. I'm going to go through the multiplication now. The bottom I'm going to write down 2 root x. And then you can get x plus x squared. Now this thing is being distributed across these two terms over here. And you're going to do it one at a time. So the first term really isn't that bad because the 2 root x cancels off. So you're left off with 1 plus root x. I'm going to put that in parentheses, but you don't have to. Next up, minus. Well, if I did that, the distribution, by the way, 2 times 2 is 4. You get an x. And root x times root x is another x. So I got x squared. All right? Now I'm going to keep going through it. I'm going to try to do a little more simplification. I don't think multiplying the bottom out is going to help me at all, by the way. But if I look at the top, what do I get? I get 1 plus x squared minus 4x squared, which is going to be 1 minus 3x squared. What do you get on bottom? 2 root x, and then you're going to get x. Did I make sure I copied right? You know what? I think I copied something wrong. And I'm going to correct it. The reason I'm looking at it looks very strange to me right now. But let me get my eraser out. And I'm going to start to erase. I copied the problem wrong. But it's easy to correct, by the way. Like if this was a multiple choice exam, I don't think I'd erase this at this point. I'd say I just copied wrong. And I got to get this erased here. Sorry about that. I'm going to erase this over here. And make sure I copied it right again. I always get dizzy copying things. Yeah, I think I did okay. So my claim over here is there's very little I can do with the problem at this point. I don't see any of the simplifications. I can make it more complicated. I just don't see any more simplifications in the problem. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to box this over here, but I do want to talk about the restrictions on it. What are the restrictions looking at it? Well, I do see the only restriction I see is this one over here. And the radicand needs to be a non-negative number. But more importantly, you can't divide by 0, so I'm going to say, oh, x must be greater than 0 at this point. That's a restriction. I'm going to get my red pen out. I will look at the answer key now, including maybe I copied wrong. What number are we on? We're on 74. So I do see this on top. I see the 2. I see the root of x. I see 1 plus x squared squared. And I do see the restriction being listed. Thank you.